And our last head word was the newer type of lesson. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start with our revision. Okay, let me just scroll down. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay,
Yes.
first question. Can we see the sun in the sky during the night? Can we see the sun in the sky during the night? No, we
No,
can't
we
see the
can't
sun
see the sun
in the
in the
sky
sky
during the night,
during the night,
but we can see
but we can
the
see
moon and the
the moon
stars.
and the stars.
Very good. What colors the moon? What colors the moon? The moon's the
The
color of
moon's
silver.
the color of silver.
Very good. Can we count the stars? Can we count the stars? No,
No,
we
we
can't.
can't count the stars.
Very good. Okay. Next, of these three subjects, mathematics, history, and geography, which do you like the most? Of those three subjects, mathematics, history, and geography, which do you like the most? Of those three
Of
subjects,
those three subjects,
mathematics,
mathematics,
history, and
history,
geography,
and
I
geography,
like
I like the history most. I
very
like history the
I
most.
like history the most. Very good. Okay, about how many subjects must children generally study at school? About how many subjects must children generally study at school? Children must
Children
generally
must
study
generally
about
study
eight
about 8
subjects at
subjects
school.
at school.
Reggie, do you like the subject of mathematics? Do you like the subject of mathematics? Yes or no?
No, I don't like
The
the
subject
subject of
of
mathematics.
mathematics. Very good. Okay, me neither. Okay. What do we do when we get up in the morning? What do we do when we get up in the morning? We wash and dress
We wash
when
and
we get
dress
up
when
in the
we get
morning.
up in the morning.
Very good. Do you dress before washing? Do you dress before washing? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
dress before
dress
washing.
before
I
washing.
wash before
I
dressing.
wash before dressing.
Very good. What do we wash our hands with? What do we wash our hands with? We wash our
We wash
hands
our
with
hands
soap
with
and water.
soaps and water.
Very good. What do we wash our hair with? What do we wash our hair with? We wash
We
our
wash
hair
our
with shampoo
hair
and
with
water.
shampoos and water.
Very good. Is it hot in Finland? Is it hot in Finland? No, it isn't
No,
hot in
it
Finland.
isn't hot in
It's
Finland.
cold.
It's cold
Is it
in
warm?
Finland.
Is it warm in autumn? Is it warm in autumn? No, it
No,
isn't warm in
it
autumn.
isn't warm in autumn.
It's cool in
It's
autumn.
cold in autumn.
Is it hotter in winter than in summer? Is it hotter in winter than in summer? No, it
No,
isn't
it
hotter
isn't
in winter
hotter
than
in
in
winter
summer.
than in summer.
It's colder in
It's
winter
colder in
than in
winter than in
summer.
summer.
Very good. Which is one of the hottest countries in the world? Which is one of the hottest countries in the world? India is
India
one
is
of the hottest countries
one of the hottest
in
countries
the
in the
world.
world.
Very good. Which is one of the coldest countries in the world? Which is one of the coldest countries in the world? Finland is one
Finland
of
is
the
one
coldest
of the
countries
coldest
in the
countries in
world.
the world.
Very good. Is it as hot in Scandinavia as in Spain? Is it as hot in Scandinavia as in Spain? No, it
No,
isn't as hot
it isn't
in
as hot
Scandinavia
in
as
Scandinavia
in
as in
Spain.
Spain.
It's colder
It
in
it's colder
Scandinavia
in Scandinavia
than
in
in
Spain
Spain.
than
Than
in
in
Spain.
Spain. Very good. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're tasting your
You're
finger.
tasting your fingers.
Do you like the taste of tea without sugar? Do you like the taste of tea without sugar? Yes or no?
Yes,
I like
I
the
like
taste of
the
tea
taste of
without
tea without
sugar.
sugar.
Very good. What do we taste with? What do we taste with? We taste
We
with
taste
our
with our
tongues.
tongues.
Very good. What's the difference between as many as and as much as? What's the difference between as many as and as much as? The difference
The
between
difference
as
between
many
as
as
many
and
as
as much
and
as
as much
is
as
that
is
we
that
use
we
as many
use as
as
many
for
as
things
for
we
as
can
things
count
we can count,
and as much
whereas
as and as
as
much
much
as
as
for things
for
we can't
things
count.
we can't count.
Very good. Have I got as many fingers on my left hand as on my right? Have I got as many fingers on my left hand as on my right? Yes, you've got
Yes,
as
you
many fingers.
you've got
You've
as
got,
many
one more.
fingers.
Yes, you've got
Yes, you've got
as many fingers
as
on
many
your left
fingers
hand as on your
as
right.
your left
On
on your
your
left
left
hand
hand as on your right.
as on your right.
Very good. One more. Yes, you've got
Yes,
as many
you've got
fingers
as many
on your
fingers
left hand
on your left
as
hand
on your right.
as on your right.
Perfect. Very good. Do you eat as much food for dinner as you do for lunch? Do you eat as much food for dinner as you do for lunch? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
eat as
eat
much food for
as much
dinner
food
as
for
I
dinner
do for
as
lunch.
I do for lunch.
Very good. Have we got as many feet as fingers? Have we got as many feet as fingers? No,
No,
we haven't got
we
as
haven't
many
got
feet
as
as
many feet
fingers.
as fingers.
We've got
We
fewer
got
feet
fewer
than
feet
fingers.
than fingers.
Very good. Do you drink as much fruit juice as water? Do you drink as much fruit juice as water? No, I
No,
don't drink
I don't
as much
drink
fruit
as
juice
much fruit
as
juice
water.
as water.
I drink less
I
fruit
drink
juice
less fruit juice
than
as
water.
water
Than
than
water.
water.
Very good. Do you think you read as many books as your mother? Do you think you read as many books as your mother? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
think I
think
read as many
I
books
read as many
as
books
my
as
mother.
my mother.
Very good. Okay, do you send cards to your friends at Christmas time? Do you send cards to your friends at Christmas time? Yes or no?
No,
I
I don't
don't
send
cards to my
Christmas.
friends
I don't send a cards to
to
my
my
friends
at Christmas time.
at Christmas time.
Very good. Do you spend postcard or do you send postcards to your friends and family when you go on holiday? Do you send postcards to your friends and family when you go on holiday? Yes or no?
No,
I don't
no,
send
I don't
postcards
send
to my
postcards
friends and
to my
family
friends and my
when I
family
go on
when I
holiday.
go on holidays.
Very good. When you go on holiday, do you take photos with a camera or with your phone? When you go on holiday, do you take photos with a camera or with your phone? When I go on
When I go
holiday,
on
I
holidays,
take
I
photos with.
take photos with my phone.
Very good. Okay, what's the opposite of send? What's the opposite of send? The opposite of
The
send
opposite of
is
send
receive.
is receive.
Very good. Do you receive more letters than emails? Do you receive more letters than emails? No, I
No,
don't
I
receive
don't
more
receive
letters
more
than
letters
emails.
than
I
emails.
receive
I
fewer
receive
letters
fewer
than
letters
emails.
than emails.
Wait, can you email people from your mobile phone? Can you email people from your mobile phone? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
can
can
email people
receive. I can email
email
people
people from my mobile
from
phone.
my mobile phone.
Wait, do you reply to all the emails you receive? Do you reply to all the emails you receive? Yes or no?
No,
I don't reply
I don't
to
receive.
all
I
the
don't reply to
emails
all the
I receive.
emails I
I
receive.
only
I
reply
only
to
reply
some of them.
to some of them.
Reggie, do you generally contact your friends by texting them or by phoning them? Do you generally contact your friends by texting them or by phoning them? I
I
generally
generally
contact my
call. I
friends
generally contact my
by
friends by phoning
phoning them. Very good.
by phoning them.
If you want to send somebody a quick message, do you write a text or an email? If you want to send somebody a
If we
quick
want to send
message,
somebody quick message,
I write a
I
text.
write a text.
Very good. What's the difference between a house and a flat? What's the difference between a house and a flat? The difference
The
between
difference
a
between a
house and a
house
flat
and a
is
flat
that
is
a
that
house is a
a
building,
house is a building,
whereas a flat
whereas
is
a
part
flat
of a
is
building.
part of a building.
Very good. What do we call a building which is divided into many flats? What do we call the building which is divided into many flats? We call a building
We call
which is
a building
divided
which
into
is
many
divided
flats,
into many
a block
flats,
of flats.
a block of flats.
Very good. Do you live in a house? Do you live in a house? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I
live
live.
in a house.
Very good. Do most people in your country live in houses or flats? Do most people in your country live in houses or flats? Most people
Most
in my
people in my
country live
country
in
live in a house,
houses.
live in houses.
Very good. How many floors are there in your building? How many floors are there in your building? There are
There are four
floors
floors
in
in
my
this
building.
building. In my building,
Very good. Is Japan near England? Is Japan near England? No,
no,
Japan isn't
Japan
near
isn't
England.
near
It's far
England.
from England.
It's far from England.
Where is France further from England than China? Is France further from England than China? No, France
No,
isn't further
France
from
isn't
England
further
than
from
China.
England than
It's
China.
nearer
It's
England than
nearer
China.
England than China.
Very good. Of these three countries, France, Greece, and Japan, which is the nearest to England? Of these three countries, France, Greece, and Japan, which is the nearest to England? Of those three
Of
countries,
those three countries,
France,
France,
Greece, and
Greece,
Japan,
Japan, and Japan,
France is the
France
nearest to
is the
England.
nearest to England.
Very good. And which of those three countries is the furthest from England? And which of those three countries is the furthest from England? Of those three
Of those
countries,
three countries,
Japan is
Japan
the furthest
is the
from England.
farthest from England.
Very good. Okay, so that's the end of our revision. Let's have new work. Very good. Okay, so let's start new work. Okay, repeat at the beginning of.
At the beginning of.
Very good. At the end of.
At the end of.
Very good. Okay, listen. I say good morning. Oh, but it's all. I say good evening to you at the beginning of the lesson and goodbye at the end of the lesson. Okay, so let's practice. What do I say to you at the beginning of the lesson? What do I say to you at the beginning of the lesson? You say good evening to
You
me
say good evening
at
to
the
me at
beginning
the
of the
beginning
lesson.
of the lesson.
What do I say to you at the end of the lesson? What do I say to you at the end of the lesson? You say goodbye
You
to
say
me
goodbye
at
to
the
me
end
at
of the
the end of
lesson.
the lesson.
Where does January come at the end of the year? Does January come at the end of the year? No.
No,
January doesn't
January
come at the
doesn't
end of the
come
year.
at the end of the year.
It comes at the beginning of
It
the
comes
year.
at the beginning of the year.
Wait, does Saturday come at the beginning of the week? Does Saturday come at the beginning of the week? No.
No,
Saturday doesn't come
Saturdays
at the
doesn't come
beginning of the
at
week.
the beginning of the week.
It comes at
It
the end of
comes
the
at
week.
the end of the week.
Very good. Next, repeat. Shine.
Shine.
Very good. Okay, listen. Shine is a verb. For example, the sun shines during the day, whilst the moon shines during the night. Let's practice. Is the sun shining at the moment? Is the sun shining at the moment? Yes or no?
Yes,
The sun shining
the
at
sun
the moment.
shining at the moment.
Does the sun shine during the night? Does the sun shine during the night? No, the
No,
sun
the
doesn't
sun
shine
doesn't shine
during
during
the
the
night.
night.
Can we see well during the night if the moon isn't shining? Can we see well during the night if the moon isn't shining? No, we can't see
No, we
well
can't see
during the
well
night
during the
if the
night.
moon isn't
If
shining.
the moon isn't
We
shining,
see badly.
we see battery.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Early,
Early,
late.
late.
Very good. Okay, listen. Late and early are both adjectives. An example of early is I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get up early. Late is the opposite of early. For example, I go to bed at 11 o'clock at night. I don't go to bed early, but I go to bed late. Okay, let's practice. Do you go to bed early? Do you go to bed early? Yes or no?
No, I
I,
don't go to bed early.
I go to bed late.
I go to bed late.
Where do you get up late? Do you get up late? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't get
get
up
up late.
late.
I get up
I get up
early.
early.
Very good. Next repeat. Earlier than.
Earlier than.
Later than.
Later than.
Very good. Okay, listen. Earlier than is the comparative of early. For example, I get up at 9 a.m. My mother gets up at 6 a.m. My mother gets up earlier than I do. Later than is the opposite of earlier than. For example, my mother gets up at 6 a.m. I get up at 9 a.m. I don't get up earlier than she does. I get up later than she does. Some examples more are the pupils don't generally come into the classroom later than the teacher. They generally come into the classroom earlier than he does. Let's practice. Do the students generally come into the classroom later than the teacher? Do the students generally come into the classroom later than the teacher? No. The
No, the
students
students don't generally
into the
come
classroom
into the
later than the
classroom
teacher.
later than the
They
teacher.
generally come
They generally
into the
come
classroom
into the classroom
earlier than
earlier than
he
the teacher
does,
does.
or the teacher does. Very good. Next, repeat. The earliest,
The earliest.
the latest.
Alright, the latest.
Very good. Okay, listen. The earliest is the superlative of early. Again, for example, I get up at 9 a.m. My mother gets up at 6 a.m. My father gets up at 4 a.m. My father gets up the earliest in my family. That's so early. Okay. The latest is the opposite of the earliest. For example, my father gets up at 4 a.m. My mother gets up at 6 a.m. I get up at 9 a.m. I don't get up the earliest in my family, but I get up the latest in my family. Okay, so let's practice. Who gets up the earliest in your family? Who gets up the earliest in your family?
My mother
Gets
gets
up
up
the earliest
the
in my
earliest
family?
in my family.
Who gets up the latest in your family? Who gets up the latest in your family?
I get up the I
Latest
get up the latest
in
in
my
my family.
family. Very good. Okay, next repeat. Light,
Light,
dark.
dark.
Very good. Okay, listen. Light is an adjective. For example, the sun shines during the day, so it's light during the day. Dark is the opposite of light. For example, it isn't light during the night, it's dark. Okay, so let's practice. Is it light during the night? Is it light during the night? No, it
No, it
isn't light
isn't right
during the night.
during the night.
It's dark
It's
during
dark
the night.
during the night.
Wait, is it dark in here now? Is it dark in here now? No, it
No,
isn't
it
dark in
isn't
here
dark
now.
here in here now.
It's light.
It's light.
Very good. Can you see in the dark? Can you see in the dark? No, I
No,
can't see
I
in the
can't
dark.
see in the dark.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Station.
Station.
Very good. Okay, listen. Station is a noun. It is a place where we can see bus, a train, and other vehicles. For example, if we want to go to the next town by train, we must go to a train station. If we want to go to work by bus, we must go to a bus station. Another example is I'm living near the station. Okay, let's practice. Do you live near a station? Do you live near a station? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I
live near the station.
Is the station far from there? Is the station far from there? Yes or no?
No, the
The
station
station isn't
isn't
far
far from there.
from here.
From
It's
here.
near here.
It's near here.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Millionaire.
A millionaire.
Very good. Okay, listen. A millionaire is a noun. A millionaire is a person who has £1 million or more money. The names of some millionaires are Bill Gates, Queen Elizabeth, you, me, etc. Very good. Let's practice. What's a millionaire? What's a millionaire? A millionaire
A
is a
millionaire
person who
is a
has a
person
million
who has
pounds
a million
or
pounds
more.
or more.
Very good. Tell me the names of some millionaires. Tell me the names of some millionaires, please. The names of some
The names of
millionaires
some
are
millionaire
Bill Gates,
are Bill Gates,
Elon Musk,
Queen
etc.
Elon Musk, etc.
Very good. Have you got as much money as a millionaire? Have you got as much money as a millionaire? No, I
No,
haven't got
I
as
haven't
much
got
money
as much
as a
money
millionaire
as
yet.
a millionaire
Yet.
yet.
Yeah, you should put yet because soon. I've got less money. Okay, I've got less money. Okay,
I
I've
have
got
got
less money
I've got less money
than a millionaire
than a
at the
millionaire
moment.
at the moment.
Very good. One more. No, I haven't got
No, I
as much
haven't got
money
as
as
much
a
money
millionaire yet.
as a millionaire yet.
I've got less
I've
money
got less
than
money
a millionaire
as a
than a
I've got
millionaire
less money than a millionaire
at the moment.
at the moment.
Very good. Thanks. Repeat. Very.
Very.
Very good. Okay, listen. Very is an adverb. We use it before an adjective. For example, Mount Everest is very high. There are very many people in China. My father gets up at 4 a.m. He gets up very early. Okay, let's practice. Is Mount Everest very high? Is Mount Everest
Yes.
very high? Yes,
Yes.
Mount Everest
Mount
very
Everest
high.
is very high.
Are there very few people in China? Are there very few people in China? No, there
No,
aren't very
there
few
aren't
people
very few
in
people in
China.
China.
There are very
There
many
are
people
very many people
in
in
China.
China.
Is it very cold in Africa? Is it very cold in Africa? No, it
No,
isn't very
it
cold
isn't very
in
cold in
Africa.
Africa.
It's very hot
It's
in Africa.
very hot in Africa.
Is Japan very near England? Is Japan very near England? No,
No,
Japan
Japan
isn't very
isn't
near
very
England.
very near England.
It's very far
It's
from
very
England.
far from England.
Do you get up very early? Do you get up very early? Yes or no?
N- No, I
I
don't
don't
get up
get up.
very early.
I get up
I get up
later.
very late. I
Very
get
good.
up later.
Not very late, but just later. Okay, next. Do you speak English very well? Do you speak English very well? No, I
No,
don't
I
speak
don't
English
speak
very
English
well,
very well,
but I speak it
but I
well
speak it
enough.
well enough.
Very good. Next, repeat. Merry,
Merry,
happy,
happy,
unhappy,
Unhappy.
Sad.
Sad.
Very good. Okay, listen. Merry, happy, unhappy, and sad are all adjectives. Merry means tanoshi in Japanese, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Happy means the same as merry. Unhappy is the opposite of happy. Another word for unhappy is sad. For example,
Mm-hmm.
when we send cards to our friends at Christmas time, we generally write a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year inside. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's practice. What message do we generally write inside a Christmas card? What message do we generally write inside a Christmas card? The message we
The
generally
message
write
we generally write
inside a Christmas card
inside the Christmas
is a
card
Merry
is
Christmas
a Merry
and a
Christmas
Happy New
and a
Year.
Happy New Year.
What does the word merry mean in Japanese? What does the word merry mean in Japanese? The word merry
The word
means,
merry means 楽しい in Japanese.
very good. Are people generally merry if they drink a lot of wine? Are people generally merry if they drink a lot of wine? Yes.
Yes,
People are
people
generally merry
are generally
if they
merry
drink a
if
lot of
they drink
wine.
a lot of wine.
What does the word merry mean in Japanese? Happy mean in Japanese. What does the word happy mean in Japanese? The word happy
The word
means
happy means 楽し
Jawase.
い in
No,
Japanese.
Jawase. Very good. Do you feel sad when you go on holiday? Do you feel sad when you go on holiday? No, I
No,
don't feel
I don't
sad
feel
when I
sad
go on
when I
holiday.
go on
I
holidays.
feel
I
happy.
feel happy
Very good. When I
yeah,
go on holiday. Okay.
when I go on holiday.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to your reading. Okay,
Hmm?
reading is at stage 2, paragraph page 121. Last headword was much. Okay, please start at page 122. Headword fewer
Hmm?
than, less than, bang.
Okay. Fewer than, less than, bank. The difference between what's the difference between fewer than and less than? The difference between fewer than and less than is that we use fewer than with things we can count and less than with things we can count. Give me a sentence with fewer than in it, please. There are fewer pictures in this room than chairs. Give me a sentence with less than in it. I eat less food than my brother. I eat less food than my brother. Are there more people in Europe than in Asia? No, there aren't more people in Europe than in Asia. There are fewer people in Europe than in Asia. Do you drink more milk than water? No, I don't drink more milk than water. I drink less milk than water. Have you got more money than the Bank of England? No, I haven't got more money than the Bank of England. I've got less money than the Bank of England. Do you eat more meat than bread? No, I don't eat more meat than bread. I eat less meat than bread. The fewest, the least, the one. What's the difference between the fewest and the least? The difference between the fewest and the least is that we use the fewest with things we can count, whereas we use the least with things we can't count. Give me a sentence with the fewest in it, please. In my family, my brother is the one who reads the fewest books. Give me a sentence with the least in it. In my family, my sister is the one who eats the least food. Of these three books, has this book got the most pages? No, of these three books, this book hasn't got the most pages. It's got the fewest pages. Who is the least food in your family? My mother is the least food in my family. Who drinks the least coffee in your family? My father drinks the least coffee in my family. Of these three books, of these three foods, bread, meat, and salt, do you eat salt in the most? No, of those three foods, bread, meat, and salt, I don't eat salt the most. I eat it the least. Of these three books, water, milk, and wine, do you drink wine the most? No, of those three books, no, of those three drinks, water, milk, and wine, I don't drink wine the most. I drink it the least.
Very good.
Opposite next to you. Who's sitting opposite you? You're sitting opposite me. Who's sitting next to you? Uh, my mother is sitting next to me. What can you see opposite this building? I can see another building, etc. opposite this building. Work rest most people. Do most people rest from Monday to Friday? No, most people don't rest from Monday to Friday. They went work. Do you think most people like working? No, I don't think most people like working. I think they dislike working. Do you work at the weekend? Sorry. Yes, I work at the weekend.
Very good. Okay, very good. Hard worker working at the weekend. Okay, but very good practice. Thank you very much, and see you
Thank
again next
you.
lesson. Bye bye.